stream already, but fuck it. Just want you to make sure, Choco, that we are actually live when it pops up. And then we're good to go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're up. Sweet as. So we all ready to go as the team gets in here?
Yeah. So I guess we might need to afford a couple of minutes for I'm gonna join. I'm assuming we're just going team 1, team 2 to start up.
Yeah, let's go team 1, team 2 first. And then we'll get going from there. Make sure I announce the stream as well.
Is it live? Are we good?
Stream's live right now.
Hell yeah! Is the audio okay? I actually haven't checked how I sound with the new setup.
Let me have a look.
Hopefully I'm not. If I'm too loud or like too bassy or not cutting in properly, just tell me and I'll fucking quickly adjust some shit.
I think you sound alright.
Okay.
I think you sound alright.
Run it. And I'm gonna boost you a tiny bit. Sweet. And I might be looking over at some of the audio balancing. It might take a bit, but yeah. Alrighty, I'll just run the intro. Alright, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and my Quick Cash teammates, welcome to OFL's another OFL event. I am the defender of Taste You Fools, joined here by the top-ranked Bankit player for 2 seasons, Choco Milk. Today we'll be doing a casual, quick fun Powershift event. We got 4 teams of people, fully stacked full of randos, and we're pitting them up against each other in a best of 1 elimination bracket. So gonna be a relatively quick event, but we got some stuff to share afterwards. It's gonna be good fun. Choco, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Doing swell. Enjoying my time off work for this.
That's always the best part when we announce one of these.
Yeah.
No, I don't have to work. Legal reasons, that was a joke. But no, I'm very excited for this. Excited for all this. To see the power shift. I haven't done a cast for a power shift tournament. I haven't really watched one either, so I'm really curious to see how competitive or wacky this gets. But yeah, no, we've got some returning faces and some new faces as well. Some people I haven't seen or talked to before, and some people that are very infamous, you could say.
Yes, well, yeah. Before we get started here, maybe we should track the code or share to people that are in the chat.
You're right, I'll do that.
So as we share the code here, I'm just going to be going over our teams for today. So, our squads are... Discord's giving me that funny streamer mode enabled thing. Let me just go quickly read off the actual list we have here. For our first team, it's going to be Mooskamoo, Li Ting, Pigeon, Beetle W, and Goblin of Carnage. Up against...
we might do most 1 versus 3, I think.
Oh, we're doing 1v3. Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
It might be 1v3, might be the best.
Then our team 3 in our first match here is going to be Ratsune Squeaku, Era, Crisco, Chico, and Monkey. Our other 2 teams that will be facing up against each other after this game will be Lost Keeper, Tomb, Enzi, Chocky, Bicky, and Burns. Up against Ward, Moz, Bongo, Wickwiji, Axolotl. Not sure who that sad lad is, but he's a fellow already in here. And George.
So yeah, definitely some names that I might have seen around on the OC World Tour server we've got, and some returning ones, some completely fresh. The teams are going to be interesting as well, because obviously it's power shift, so the balance can be quite hard to get well. But some players can go massive, get like a 5k on the point where everyone's standing on it. Some players will just have a hard time getting bombed, or they're the ones forcing to push. So
looks like
to
one
see.
Moz Bongo's team is missing a player right now.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. As per usual, we start off with Moz Bongo's team not being fully organized.
Yeah, come on, Moss Bongo. I know we gave you the captain role like 2 minutes ago, but it's up to you. If not, we can do the other teams, and we'll just move on
Yeah.
if the other teams are ready.
Depends on the call, of course.
We'll give it a minute, and if not, we'll switch over to the other teams.
We can always go grab Michael, of course. Drag him back in. Yeah. So, of course, Powershift. Very, very different mode from the others we're used to. Oh, my goodness. We've got triple music playing. Powershift, quite a different mode to the others we're used to. No wonderfully balanced and beautiful HML. It's going to be chaos out there. There could be triple heavy, could be triple light, where one guy pushes the point invis while the rest of the team just snipes and is an absolute menace. There's a lot more room for very, very absurd moments, I feel, where you can do some garbage. I'm looking for like 5 goo gun heavies.
So purely disgusting. To be fair, though, as much as we are, I wouldn't say ratting, but not talking the best about Powershift, it also is like much more potential for like team play. Obviously, you have 5 players instead of 3, so the amount of plays, if the teams can be coordinated enough, can definitely pull off something a bit more crazy than you would see normally.
Yeah.
I've seen some clips online. I think there was like a YouTuber or like a content creator, OFL one or something, a month back or so, or a few months back, and that one seemed really cool. There were some cool things going on there. So let's see if our friends here can pull off something themselves.
Let's just run our
The other
other
two
teams.
So there was Tomb and Pigeon.
Tomb
Be
and
the
Pigeon.
2 to ping.
Yep.
I might just go pop in there and make sure they're aware what's going on.
And then we can run our draft.
Yeah.
Sweet. We do, of course, have a substitute ready for if Moz Bongo's team is missing their player for sure. A couple of legends also said they would be happy to join, although we had a shocking amount of very, very late sign-ups for this event, where this was announced a bit over a week in advance. No, a couple of weeks in advance. And, yeah. Welcome back, Choco. We're all ready to go?
Yeah, it seems like both teams seem to be ready. Everyone's in at the moment.
All right.
So yeah, I think we're good to go, and we can get this rolling.
Yeah. For this, we're not running a draft. We're just going to pick the maps. We're going to pick the game show variant. So, you know, casual, quick. We're not really thinking about what's going to be the most balanced, what is going to make both teams the most happy. You're dealing with Bernal, and you'll enjoy it.
Good luck. Yeah. No, I'm more interested in seeing the new Powershift maps, because obviously Powershift was stuck on a few maps for multiple seasons, and then finally this season they released them all on the rest of the maps, which is really cool to see, because I used to play a lot of Powershift back in the day. Not much anymore, but God damn. So getting into here, we'll call out the teams if you are not already aware. We do have on the Boundless, Tomb, Enzi, Chocky Bicky, Lost and Burns. On Livewires, Letting, Beetle, Pigeons, Moose, and Heat-Sinking Fajitas. Damn, what a name. Already seeing on the Boundless the triple heavy double minigun. So this might get a little cooked. We'll have to see what happens here.
Alrighty. As we cycle through.
As we cycle through, seeing the Boundless come up here, see what happens as they make their own. Tomb coming in fast, might go for a flank here, but he's getting a bit of information as... I see what they're doing. They're gatewaying. Tomb's holding invis, while the rest of the team's on the gateway. As he drops the gateway and the whole team comes through, surprising everybody. The minigun's getting teleported in. Big damage coming out. One person jump at him and getting melted himself. Minigun's in the air. Everyone flying around. Everyone's on the minigun. Minigun seems to be the play here, as you don't have to really move on Powershift, but the fight's all happening on the roof here, not on the point. And the CL40 from the roof doing tons of splash damage, though, all on the Boundless, getting completely rocked. Does seem like the Livewire doing a lot better here for player numbers. This seems really close, but it seems most of the Boundless do go down. But you do have to remember those respawn times are a lot quicker on Powershift. You know, your team wipes. it's a lot harder to get those team wipes. As we do see the first fight basically going to the live wires pretty cleanly. There's plenty of kills coming out from everybody. As the Boundless have to reset and wait for everyone to respawn as the point gets a little bit of free extra time.
I know it's a bit unprofessional on me, but are you also getting the bug? The top bar is pink with the tough shell as the logo.
Yeah, I am also getting that. I noticed that.
That's a very interesting idea. Of course, we see two trying to make a play. Moving up around the back, but two mediums are watching. He gets absolutely shredded in the meantime, as we have only two people on the point, the rest holding from off. Lost tries to make a move, manages to get one kill on Li Ting, but he's going to get picked off in the meantime as these miniguns begin to peek here. They're not in a very good position, as they could easily be sniped by Pigeon, Beetle, and Li Ting on the backside. As this mesh shield comes up, but he's being sprayed from multiple directions here. Becky also making a play for point. Muskamu, of course, very low, but Chalky manages to pick him off. Now it's just a one mesh shield heavy on this point. Has to rev up that minigun, but he's almost out of ammo, it looks like. As this glitch trap as well doing a lot of damage. Chalky Bicky trying to make another play, but rest of the team is already up on top. Two manages to find one. Now rotating back around, but Li Ting and Heat-Seeking Butters already making the play. Two manages to find him one more. But NC and Doom just getting RPG'd here. These heavies are just too oppressive.
Yeah, the heavies are... Obviously the new, I don't know if you played the new Easter Hunt or whatever event where you kind of forced to use certain loadouts, and minigun is one of them. It does seem like minigun's very strong there, but it does seem like in general minigun kind of goes hard on the power shift meta, just because you don't really have to move. You just need one person to throw you somewhere and get you on the point, and you just need to shred as much as you can. But even though it is happening, and the power shift, the live wires are taking a bit of time here. I mean, a lot of players getting lost here. The point's gone quite far forward, so even if they do win the fight here, the Boundless have to push it quite far forward to regain space. As we have to see here is, well, the live wires are all back alive. As long as no one really feeds here, there might be a good chance of getting this back. As Tomb gets kind of destroyed by Beetle, I just want to point that out. Tomb needs to revisit his Ruby rank there. Gets completely destroyed.
We get some insane trash talk immediately from Jocko here, but I mean, Boundless making their way back towards this point. There are jump pads in position, but Toom and Chalky Bicky holding off point, catching this enemies, trying to make the rotate here. As Pigeon gets picked off in the open again, Chalky Bicky now pushing through the open. Has a good flank here on Heat-Seeking Fighters. They know they're going to make the play. Minigun peeks the corner now. NZ comes in, Mesh comes up, and Chalky's behind him already, but he's dealing almost as much damage as to the heavy as he is to himself here. Gets picked off. Almost picks himself off here. But Livewire is making their move back in. Toom and Burns already getting picked off. Chalky Bicky regenning as he tries to sort of dissuade them from pushing through here. Beetle making the move. But
I do like to point out here, they're getting tons of platform pressure here. The cart's gone all the way past the halfway line now. It's two heavies versus one moose. So it seems like this point's not going to be stopped anytime soon, but it does seem that the Livewires will come through. A huge nade coming out on the heavies as the bubbles come out. Hopefully the Boundless can come help their heavy players. They do get completely surrounded. The spear comes out. The spear spinning on the point destroys the final heavies. But CL40 and a couple people on the high ground actually does tons of damage to the Livewires. The barriers are up. The spear's moving the platform forward and around. Gotta love that little interesting tech of the spear having to have like the most velocity on any weapon.
Although they did sadly nerf the amount you can move the platform. It doesn't look like Heat-Seeking Fighters cares. This right click on the spear, managing to shift the platform almost its entire width to the side. Actually a good idea for shifting the point and keeping you safe from spraying, as it's quite unpredictable here. Although this barricade, a lot of glitches coming out. Poor Lost and NZ getting absolutely battered by explosives and grenades. They managed to make their way out, although NZ getting picked off and now Lost on that low ground, trying to look for the res. Chalky gets hooked, pulled up to the top, doesn't get punished for it though, as it's just Heat-Seeking Fighters with the spear. Triple barricade now in this position. The rest of the team is baiting him to make this play work. Burns losing a lot of health, and the spear manages to finish him off, as he can just continue to hold this point. He's got his fourth barricade onto the point now. Incredibly difficult to push, as they look like they're just ignoring him. Maybe making the rotate across, trying to find kills elsewhere before moving back in. Beetle gets picked off. and so does Muskumu. But Lost and Enzi are so far away from the rest of their team here as everyone's beginning to respawn.
Yeah, I do think these teams, obviously, they're probably not used to Powershift. A lot of these players probably never played Powershift in the last 2 seasons. But I do think they're kind of feeding, and they're not fighting as a team very much. A lot of little small fights are happening off the side, and they're being dragged out quite a long time, and it's causing the platform to move a lot further than it probably should. But it does seem like the Boundless have completely recaptured the point. All 5 of them on the objective. This could go great or horribly for them, but they do have the 2 miniguns and the other mesh shield heavy. So this might be great. They might get a lot of cart time off of this, as we do see
Nice
the Livewire is going to try regress off of this. We do have Moose on the high ground. Li Ting making a side play, trying to take a fight on the side. Tomb catching him off. Moose and the rest of the Livewires kind of trying to contest the point here. Shocky Bicky coming from the flank though, getting with a great way. Tomb also coming through, doing a lot of damage, doing a lot of distraction as the point keeps moving forward. Nearly getting the heavy off that play as well. So we have to see, as the teams keep coming in, who dies, who feeds, and who gets more point time. At the end of the day, the points are what matters. Kills are only secondary to your goal. The CL-14 doing tons of damage with the splash, but it's not very good against these mesh shields. It gets completely mint. Pigeon going down to these triple heavies. It does seem like the light is on point, trying to do some work. A big nade coming out, a lot of damage coming out, but one of the heavies is still full HP as the point goes further than it ever has before into the Livewire's territory. Look at all these barriers on top of the point. My god. But we do see the Boundless kind of taking a lot of casualties here, as it seems like the Livewire might be able to take this point back, as heavy on point's 1 HP, and there's only one other light kind of contesting it. Like, how do you get on this point to try push it back? Only 2 minutes left on the timer. As this fight does seem to dwindle out. Tomb's the only one left on the front lines. We have to see how this goes.
Livewire is making another push back. This point hasn't really gone far either way, where it really seems like after a single push or a single extended fight, it just evens straight back out. Pigeon with his CL-40 on this jump pad, actually doing a lot of damage, baiting out a lot of tools from his opponent here. As Tomb finds a flank, but everyone snaps around and kills him here. Lost also losing a lot of health. Pigeon going for the chase here. Flamethrower jumps into point, but doesn't manage to finish off heat-seeking Fathers, as the Boundless are getting absolutely ruined. Chalky Bicky finding their first kill, but he's just going to get pushed down here.
Yeah, we do see the point hasn't gone very far. A lot of back and forth, kind of sticking to the same area. But we'll have to see how this goes. Only a minute left on the clock, so it's coming down onto the wire, onto the Boundless, as they do have to kind of cap this point and see how far they can get it. Get it past the halfway point once again. Charger Slam coming out, pushing the heavy off the point. The minigun's the only one left, as the low gravity has activated already, causing Mr. Pigeon to be halfway into the skybox with his CL-40. Gets minced by Tomb, though. It seems like the Boundless do take this back. 30 seconds on the clock, pushing this down to the wire once again. My god.
Massive team wipe.
Yeah, huge team wipe. Not looking good for the Livewires, but if you do not know how Powershift works, there is overtime period. So if you have the point in your own half, as long as you stay on that point, the time will not run out and you get to keep pushing it for as far as you can.
Looks like no one changing their loadouts or anything here as the Livewires respawn and make their last play. With this low gravity, of course, jump pad's going to get you guaranteed killed by this team. Here comes a huge gateway. But Vardas gets absolutely minced immediately, letting the only person managing to find their way to point. Pigeon shooting in from above, but he gets picked off as well. As Muskamu tries to make the play, last one alive, gets absolutely shredded by the entire squad here. As you look at the scoreboard, Boom going absolutely nuts, as you would expect.
This is a little bit of a comeback, to be fair. The first few fights did go pretty soundly to the other team, but it seemed like they got their stuff together and they pushed the point. But it was a really close match. The point didn't go very far. A lot of just like drawn out fights. Everyone trying to flex their muscles and see how it goes.
Yeah. As we have a look at the scoreboard here, Tomb, of course, leading the charge, 9k combat score, a huge step ahead of everyone else in the game. But only with 13 elims, with spreading the love, allowing other teammates to find assists, find kills. Where on the other side, I mean, the Boundless here were super polarizing in their kills here. Burns not really doing much, but playing that support heavy, making sure that point gets moved, while the rest of his team finds those kills and protects them.
Yeah, does seem like the triple heavy kind of went huge on point as both two-man Chucky Bicky kind of just minced up on the flank. Well, you can see from the objective score, the heavies kind of just sat on point with a double minigun, and then the other one had a mesh shield of his M60, just playing really well around each other for the barricades and the bubble shields. Really securing them that win, I think, really helped them out. The team comp, obviously, some thought went into it there. Obviously, a medium couldn't have hurt, but obviously it worked for them, so wouldn't be complaining too much.
Alright. Yeah. That is our first game done and dusted. The winners, of course, being Tomb's team. Next, we move on to our second match. This is... When we said it was quick, it's gonna be bloody quick, eh? So,
yeah, it's gonna be fucking quick.
We're going straight into our second match, which is going to be Mozbongo versus Chris, is that right?
Yeah. Should we remake or these players aren't leaving
these guys?
Yeah, but then we have to remake eventually anyway. Because they can't rejoin once you kick them.
Oh.
That's fine, we'll just remake later. Be fine.
Okay. Get out of here.
Remake once instead of like twice. Alright. Yeah, if you want to add the other boys, get them in. Should we switch arena?
Absolutely. I would like to see a change of scenery. Bernal there has a good amount of high ground surrounding the point, but it never gets that high. It's not really like funny levels of height.
So you're saying Kyoto?
I think I am saying Kyoto.
We could go Kyoto. We could go Vegas.
We could go New Vegas. True, New Vegas might be a good idea.
What was the new one? Was it just Bernal and Vegas that got the new ones?
Yep. Kyoto already existed. But...
Yeah, Kyoto already existed. Skyway had it. Sis had it. Monaco did. Yeah, I think they all did. Seoul.
Yeah. There's nothing for Seoul.
Oh. Yeah. So we'll go Vegas. We'll go new one.
New Vegas. You tell me we're gonna have a Kyoto finals.
Is it Las Vegas Stadium?
It's Las Vegas Stadium. Old Las Vegas is Las Vegas. Alright, we gotta move teams in.
Oh god, I gotta make sure I get this right. Who's on what team?
Bongo, Wood, Axolotl, Sad Lad, and Envy. Your Envy.
Okay.
And yeah, other team is other guys.
Sweet. We'll do standard issue. Condition. We'll make sure it is
preferably not Sandstorm, it sucks.
Not anything but Sandstorm right now.
Alright.
Well, the new one doesn't have Sandstorm. Black's over. Yeah.
What the hell? What's the point?
Yeah. Dude, what's the point of playing the game anymore?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are there game show events for Vegas?
Yeah, game show events. What do we think? What do we think, chat? What do we want orbital lasers to annoy everybody? Low gravity?
Not low.
I feel like low gravity.
Low grav was painful.
It was kind of painful.
Yeah.
What should we go, chat? Who has a good? We could go meteor shower, but that could just destroy all the fun. Isn't that just every game show? Every game show event just destroys the fun. We'll go low grav. The other teams had to deal with it.
I'm happy to go nighttime though. Surely we get a nighttime.
Okay, clear night. Here we go. We'll go in. We're getting in now.
Okay.
As we join up with our next set of teams, going into the new Las Vegas Stadium match.
Oh shit, I forgot to change the title of the stream.
What is the title of the stream?
It's still the name we got. Oh no, Season 6 show. That is it. That is a correct name. Never mind.
That is a correct name.
Multibuck price pool.
Near blunder from Mr. Fools here.
Thank God you named it last time. It's general enough that you could use it.
General enough that anyone can. Alright, here we go. We're in with the... We'll call out the teams. We've got the Boundless, Moss Bongo, That Sad Lad, Ward, Your NV, and Mr. Axolotl. And the Live Wires, Ratsunu, Squeaku, Chris, Chico, Smart Monkey, and Error. As we do see what team comps are going to come out here and what playstyles they're going to do. If they're going to do similar to the other team, the Heavy's on the point, or... Oh, God. The Live Wires looks like actual swamp water right now. 5 lights. God damn. Anybody who browses Finals Reddit, please close your eyes.
It's all sniper. It is all sniper.
It's all sniper.
Oh my God, I feel sick.
This actually makes me want to throw up.
As I want to have a look at one of the heavies peeking this.
They're probably thinking, where are they?
Chico managed to kill themselves immediately off the bat here.
I think he got AFK kicked. Good man.
He actually got AFK kicked. That's madness. I think he may have actually disconnected. Hopefully he gets back in quick as we see Ward with this minigun scaring off one sniper. Moz Bongo taking a fight. Manages to not finish off Error as these snipers are all watching their own angles, having their own game essentially.
Yeah, everyone's playing for themselves. This is what it feels like to play every Powershift game. This is every Powershift game. It's just how it feels.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna pause.
Yeah. You wanna wait for Chico to get back in?
Chico said his game crashed. I want to make sure we can get in here.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if you can rejoin customs, can you?
You should be able to. As I'm hearing the cap sound forever and the sound of things breaking forever as well.
Lovely.
Crazy flickering lights here. A real scene.
As we do this, go have a look at the action poses and the drip of everybody. Make sure we have...
It's hard to see with the dash effect on this fella. I can see a wonderful setup here. A very, very blue Isolti heavy, yeah, who just managed to move while the game was paused. I'll check back with you, Ward, if you managed to move even further to the side here. As we have a look over here at That Sad Lad rocking the new Orf fit, full Orf loadout here. Pretty hype, as you would expect. Moving over here to Mr. Axolotl, running the old Orf fit with, of course, the Axolotl head and some wings. And some really comfy pink pants and sneakers. That's about everyone who's alive. Gonna see if
everyone who's alive.
Chris and Co can get in.
Chris is asking to be able to reset his computer. His game is shitting itself.
Okay. Understandable. As we have a look at this wonderful HUD here. On I can't even tell. It's That Sad Lad. But, I mean, we can see another wonderful bug here, as you can... What?
What's happening?
The fuck is
Dude, that's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. Dude, the glitch is getting... Wait, what's happening on your screen? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What did you do?
I didn't do shit, man. What the fuck? the platform was sick, man. He unpaused. The platform unpaused the game. If we get if Chico isn't able to reconnect from here, we might just remake, considering it's only been a minute. If all the teams are fine with that.
Yeah, I'll go check on the teams. By the way, I want to point out, if you spectate Ward, I think the longer you're glitched, the more crazy the glitched effect happens. You spectate Ward. His HUD is
yeah, it's really going places.
Oh, it's freaked out the rest of my game. I'm getting a seizure now. Shuko's resetting. I'm gonna go double check. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'll see if we have to reset or not.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going a bit crazy here. As let me. Yeah, okay. So the HUD is now completely off screen for me. I can't see any useful information at all. Wait, can I like pick a? I can like roll a new HUD location. Yeah. Okay, I'm a big fan of this one. Let me just... Okay. Let's just take a breather. Relax, move away from this. As a... Sorry, hold on. Sorry, guys. I just want to try out some stuff. So we have we have the numpad, alright? Is that right? Is it the numpad?
Alright, so...
Alt numpad.
Shuko is resetting his game. We will back out. We will reset. And we'll give it 5 minutes. And if he's not here in 5 minutes, we'll just run with a fill-in or with 4. And we'll just have to do it that way. Unfortunate, but that's the way the news goes. So
Holy shit.
we'll leave game. We'll reset.
What the hell's happening here?
You got more glitches,
Dude, is that what it's made? It's made of like pizza slices? That's awesome.
Dude, what the hell?
I found a nuclear reactor over here.
Dude, it's the eye of the storm, bro.
Holy shit.
You should just like go directly inside of it and give everyone on stream a seizure.
Whoa, it's moving!
Alright, I'll reset.
Alright, yeah, it's time to reset. It's time to reset.
Yeah. I'll tell everyone to leave the game. And I'll...
Oh, God, I'd love to see a clip of that platform just deciding it's time to leave.
We've had it.
Yeah. Top comment score, Ratsuna Squiku managed to get 1,400 before anyone could even pass 500. Oh no, we have actually, never mind, Envy got 916 as well. Are we full remaking or just waiting for...
Yeah, I'm remaking because I don't trust it not to break.
Of course, fair enough. Damn, we gotta pause more often, man. That was awesome.
Gotta pause more often. That was the most fun we had.
Dude, we did.
Oh wait, shit! I fucked up the thing. It was on fucking bank it for some reason.
Can you change it post? No, it has to be. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Have to...
Okay. Gotta be Powershift on Las Vegas Stadium. Standard issue clear night. Why is Alien Invasion scrolled off my screen, by the way? Like, when I try and select in the game... Okay, I'm showing this to stream. So in the game show selection, you see the drop-down menus below my screen? Here's Alien Invasion, in case you guys want to see it. It's just there. It's... I don't know why they did that. It's an interesting choice.
Dude, it's thematic,
yeah.
You know?
This...
Aliens are just out of reach.
This private match system was hacked by CNS. Damn.
Alright.
How does meteor showers work in this? It says meteors fall near cash-out stations, but there aren't any.
Maybe it just like goes straight into point.
But like, how would it do that though?
Don't know. We're waiting for Moss Bongo's team to join up.
And me.
And for you, if you want to get in here.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Pigeon coming in chat with the good sportsmanship. We'd like to see it. Like to see it.
I would like to see less sportsmanship.
Less sport. Hate each other.
Yeah.
Gladiatorial arena. Alright, we do have Checo. I'm going to go double check that his game's running.
Back.
So we don't have any more issues. I'll go check.
Vantage offering to jump in there. I'm gonna say no to that.
And we're off.
Okay, we are running it. Running it back, Las Vegas
First
Stadium. No more surprise factor with this horrible light setup. Axolotl we saw in the last few minutes of that pause, last couple seconds of that pause actually, was running the XP54, the traitor. So, I'm ready for some disciplinary action from the rest of the team there. Maybe they're going to throw explosive barrels or gas at him and block him in there until he switches to the correct weapon.
Yeah, just thinking about it, especially because the people in chat are talking about the dome shields. When those heavies were on point, honestly, switching gadgets to put on something like a fire grenade or a gas grenade probably could have done the trick to be able to like push the enemy off the point.
Chico now. Okay. Problem solved. Looks like everyone's going for about the same loadout, same fit as well.
We're back to it.
Only error being off here with the setup. Whereas on the other side,
It does seem like the Boundless has the power of friendship on their side, as everybody
I believe
runs the kickflip taunt as well.
Axolotl was on the wrong team in the previous match as well.
Whatever.
I might be crazy. I'm crazy. As
we do stop.
getting hit by the full firing squad on the roof gets ruined by the snipers. Ward making their play out here. Kicks out, Era sees him, manages to get out there, gets glitched, Ward getting picked up by more snipers. Everyone who reaches this roof gets murdered instantly as they make their play down towards the bottom.
You're pushing that Axolotl. There's no shot, bro. Get out of this is cooked. This is crazy.
Yeah. The the Boundless beginning to respawn here. As they make the move back in, we have the bug spray coming out here from Sad Lad. Now, as he attempts to push across here, Ward making it to the point finally, where, I mean, Sniper's good at defending or punishing people, but if you're not watching the same point, you can easily just set up and have no contest. You can't really defend positions at all, as we see the Boundless getting picked off here across the board. Ratsun and Squeaku managing to keep everyone alive as Hero switches to Heavy, realizing maybe the gimmick isn't good enough to win the game.
Maybe not enough. Yeah, no, we do see even though the sniper kind of wrecked house when it caught everyone off guard and they were kind of in a bit of a skirmish, but as soon as the point had to be pushed, when you have 5 lights, it doesn't matter what weapon you're using, you're a light. You can't all sit on point at the same time, especially with the sniper. It's just not going to go well for you. So we're to see if they do end up switching what they're running, which it does seem that they are. They've got a heavy and a medium now, as the point does come out of the first building, out of the Ozpoos building into the Alpha Actor building, as we do have 3 players on point with an APS and a bunch of barriers. See how the Boundless can test this point, as there is quite a bit of high ground here on this map on top of the hotels. Hopefully we do see the Boundless use that to get the high ground on top of the Livewires here, as they do seem to be on the high ground with the gateway, getting them all up there. Need some grenades, need some gas grenades or something to push these guys off the point. The APS though putting in tons of work. It does seem as we do see Moss Bungo's lock bolted inside here, kind of floating around as he doesn't get caught. God damn, what a slippery man. That sledgehammer is on top of the hotel, but he needs to get in there. There's nothing he can do from that distance. They need to be able to stop this team. They're getting so much time on the point for almost free here.
Full team of the Boundless getting really held off by 2 lights here. It's devastating. Moz Bongo, the last one here, looking to chase and finish off Monkey, as the entire rest of the game happening on the other side of the point. Yeah.
So he gets on point.
Makes their way on. But they're missing so many swings. They're getting completely diffed here by Envy. Squeaku now finally pushing.
Doesn't matter. Fun fact, the sledgehammer has unlimited ammo, so it was completely fine.
Monkey with a snap APS manages to save Retsuno Squeaku's life, but a gas from his own teammate picks him off. Now as Axolotl clears the point, making their move back in here. Chico already off to the side of point, as Chris and Co manages to pick them off.
Yeah, a bit of a stalemate here. The Boundless did get the point, but they all just died. They were all really low HP, and a couple players kind of picked up picked up the remaining Boundless players, doing too much damage to be able to contest the point, and it does seem the Livewires are back, and now they have a minigun on their side. Minigun Flamethrower is disgusting on top of this point. They're definitely going to need to get the Sledgehammer in with a bit of distraction to do the damage, but it might not be enough, to be fair. Seems like the Boundless are trying to contest, but the Bubble Shield comes out. The Anti-Grav Cube kind of doing tons of work, pushing up the Livewires. What a play coming out, but not enough damage coming out. Kind of even here. The two players down on the Livewires, but free on the Boundless. So we see what happens as another one gets picked up. It does seem like the Livewires will get this point with only one light up on the Boundless. Checo, Invis trying to survive, trying not to die. Might get a free pick or two, or might just die himself.
We see the Boundless fully respawned here, making the play immediately across Chris and Co, chucking in nades. None of them are going to connect here, as it's just a double heavy stack on this point defending it. Monkey now above. There's an anti-grab being thrown on point. Ward's been pulled out of position, but nobody's there to punish as Monkey makes the move in. 2 kills immediately as they rotate back towards Ward. Dome Shield comes down. Mesh to counteract this horrible minigun, but it gets completely shredded. Now Monkey and Era on point. Only one left alive on the Livewires is Envy, who's hiding under point. Nobody knows he's here. Actually, I forget, Mozbongo also on the roof here, setting Invis as Chris and Co. moving up here. Envy makes the move. Are you insane? Manages to get a lot of damage onto Monkey here. Rotates back around with this repeater, doing a huge amount of damage. No one's really contesting him at all, as the rest of the Livewires making their move in now from above as well. RPG hits all 3 on this Boundless side. Goodness me, as I stumble over my words for the 3rd time. Anti-Grav Cube being thrown back on, but nobody's contesting this point anymore. Envy, Sad Lad making their move across. Monkey manages to punish a bit, but he doesn't manage to find this kill, as he's now stuck here as... Oh no. No way! Okay, you're doomed. You're doomed, buddy.
There's no way he gets out of this alive. The slippery man himself nearly gets the kill as well. Nearly gets your Envy.
How in the world does he only take it half? Okay.
Finally gets picked off.
The
I want to say
madness
this
is-
anti-grav cube is doing massive work. You chuck it under the point and everyone on top gets pulled up and just gets completely with no protection. Even fight coming out here is the Boundless really need to get on this now. They need to be able to put as much pressure on this point.
By the Powershift platform as Era jumps on and knocks it down and crashes, and Mozbongo managing to escape by sitting Invis still. Redstone Speaker with the charge and slam. They managed to escape here, but he RPGs himself, and finally the Boundless take hold of this platform.
Yeah, it's good to see finally some some distance being put with the Boundless to try to get it back to at least the halfway point. Because when you get close to the halfway point, anything can happen with that overtime mechanic. But I'd like to see maybe a bit of more of a comeback come through. Is Ward trying to find something as he waits for his team to come up behind him, trying to get some pressure as he jumps. He looks through these holes. RPG coming out doing massive damage. The goo gun on the point, trying to make some extra protection for them as the triple heavy with the barriers and the dome shield, trying to protect it. The anti-grav does come out, might pull everyone up.
Mesh.
They do. Pulls everyone off the point. Look at that anti-grav cube. Oh my god, I've never seen such a successful use of the anti-grav. Oh my god. I do feel bad for the heavies there. They were just like fish in a barrel. Nothing they could have done. It's getting pulled up into the open, getting stuck. Nothing. Unfortunate, as it does seem the Livewires get this back as the Boundless take the high ground here, trying to recontest, trying to get the height. As this platform comes around the corner, this high ground is so important to keep. We do have an APS on the point, though. That does look bad, as both RPGs do come out but not do much damage. We do have one person from behind trying to do a bunch of damage. Does Chris from behind with the M60 try to jump onto the point? He does. He's behind the only heavy on the point. It melts him, and they do successfully secure the point once again.
Axolotl, last one alive. They just completely picked apart the Livewires there. But it's another one of these swings. The full team has respawned now. They're all back. Axolotl actually getting a res here, so Mozbongo and Axolotl great flank position as we rotate and reset here.
This is a bit scary, as we do see the Boundless running the 4 heavies, but no one's on the high ground, so they're just going to get minced as soon as they come out of here. As this M60 with the unlimited, seemingly unlimited ammo jumps on the
Monkey
point.
alive, actually. What the hell is this position? They can just mesh from the high ground here, and he's completely fine. No one's going for him. They've forgotten about him entirely.
What a play, as he's on the point with the minigun. Monkey dropping in
Okay.
like a monkey. Doesn't get a single kill, though. Unfortunately, drops in front of too many players. Yeah, as we do see the balance with the 4 heavies seems like a good idea, but
Ratsune finding 2 immediately. Chico on the other side. They managed to clean up this rooftop engagement.
2v2
He
here.
makes the play. No
Ratsune
way.
trying to get the kill.
Chico
Does. They
him up.
do secure another kill. Time to get the point. They need to make sure that they secure this high ground. They keep all jumping on top of the point, and
Here
they're just
comes the
getting
anti-grav.
minced because they have no space. Antigrav comes out. Who's throwing this
the
one?
point as well. It looks like it's the sad lad who's just constantly throwing them down to the underside. This one not successful as no one was really in position to punish here. As Arrow with this mesh and Monkey with this goo have held them off for now. Here comes a gravity vortex as well. Although completely unsuccessful too. Envy, the only one on this roof here, managing to pick off Chico. As they're just getting pulled and baited off this point one by one. Aaron Monkey still holding as Ratsune Squeaku getting pushed by 3. Manages to get picked off here.
Yeah, only 2 up on the live wires. They gotta. This point is coming close to the halfway point, though. This is coming down to the wire. The live wires kind of have to stop the point. Almost here
Triple
and now.
heavy
As
stall
soon as
with
they
a
can.
sledge. A hook manages to
Huge-
pull off.
Massive
No
damage. Everyone on the live wires is almost 1 HP, but so is the Boundless on the point. The flames coming out.
Chris takes out to the fire because he taps the goo. Absolutely tragic. Sad lad making the play with this flamethrower as they all make their way across here, pulling them off with the anti-grab. Not enough time as Monkey makes him move back across. Monkey could clean up
Flamethrower
everyone
flies in
here.
this area, but so does the sledgehammer.
Don't-
Oh my
don't go
god,
into the
anti-grab
anti-grab, you'll
though
lose
is
the
not
game.
enough.
Okay, no, it's over.
That's it. What a finish. My god.
Okay. I panicked a bit there, my goodness. I am very,
It was
very
nearly
scared of
less than
jumping on the platform. After a
it's
funny situation that happened a long time ago, where our entire team jumped during a low grav, or jumped off platform, and then our teammate jumped during a low grav, and we lost the game because they jumped and they were counted as out of range.
Yeah, it's very funny that the low grav height jump on the height is too high for the platform to register the player.
Live wires, of course, just completely owning that. Axolotl and Envy did a huge amount there. Axolotl specifically had some incredible positioning, able to just find some of the freest engagements and kills you could imagine, whereas Envy was taking a lot more aggressive positions and just finding pickoffs with this repeater, where if you don't address the repeater, that damage adds up quick.
Yeah, doing great. I saw a couple times spectating the repeater, just completely mincing. Bro was hitting all his shots, making it very worth to run that weapon, which can obviously be very punishing if you're not hitting your shots. As we will run into the final match here. While we're here, can we all say thank you to Fools for setting up this awesome stream overlay and stream setup? We got these photos and everything is done almost entirely by Fools. There are a couple of people who help, like Vantage and Checks, but can we all say thank you to Fools for making this look more professional than it is?
That it is. I thank you so much, but also how dare you? As
it's all of us, not just you. Everyone's unprofessional.
Yeah. All right. Are we just gonna stick with this?
Yeah, may as well just stick here.
Yeah, and then chuck an invite to our winning team, of course, being Toon's squad. What was that other code you just shared?
The one for
Casted chat.
oh, that was a bit ago. That was
one.
I made one and it was a fucking blanket instead of
Also, get rid of Chris info. Doesn't need to be here.
Wait, alright, Chris and Co.
Yeah.
It's the guy we don't need, right?
Yep. Chris and Co. happens to be on one of the teams as well.
Okay, sweet. Alright, what should our final map be? Should we do Kyoto?
It's gotta
to make
be
everyone's
Kyoto.
life.
It's gotta
make
be
everyone's
Kyoto.
life hell. There we go. Kyoto suspend. Okay, listen. Do we do suspended structures? It might make it better, but it might make it worse.
That's sick.
It'll make it worse.
That's sick. I mean, okay, Kyoto, suspended structures. Surely you do suspended structures.
All right, suspended
what
structures.
about the very?
Everyone's saying no. We'll do fog to make it worse. No.
Fog.
Should I go ask the teams yes or no for Kyoto?
You're gonna get a solid no, but do it anyway.
Okay, we're doing it anyway. This is not a democracy. So
You can still
we'll
just
do.
go ask.
I'll go make sure because I will make sure everyone's having fun.
I mean, Horizon is another option as well, of course. He is no longer with us. As you can see, his thing has disappeared. I don't actually notice that. I'm not opposed to Horizon, but I feel like Horizon's just Kyoto, but with more samey looking map. That's probably the most psycho thing I've ever said on the stream. Skyway Stadium is of course another option. It could. I wonder if you can do high. I assume you can't do high rise for Skyway. That would be disgusting. I don't even know how you'd run that. Yeah. We'll see what Choco comes up with.
I can clearly say almost everybody said, please no, I would rather euthanasia. So,
We could, it's Skyway or Sis, right? Or Monaco. We could also do Monaco. Monaco's like the Kyoto that people like, I'll be honest.
So the Kyoto, everyone, we do Monaco. The church is really fun.
Yeah.
We'll do standard with Dusk. Listen, Dusk is just the best. And I'll do orbital lasers.
Orbital lasers, okay. So you can grief by standing under the point and blasting people. That's awesome.
Yep. If you don't want to play Kyoto, you're getting orbital lasers. Alright. Yeah, not a democracy.
As a punishment.
As a punishment.
I mean, the punishment is low grab, surely, but like
new punishment. You know, you hit somebody in the same spot enough, they're not going to feel it. Gotta spread it out.
Okay.
It's basic torture technique, fools. Don't you know this?
I haven't studied up on my torture.
Oh man, you might have to get kicked out of ESC, man. It's like part of the baseline.
Oh, my bad.
My bad.
Alrighty. Hopping into this game, we have the Boundless, Lost Tomb, Enzi, Chalky, Bicky, and Burns. Up against the live wires of Ward, Moz, Bongo, Wikwiji, Mr. Axolotl, Your Envy, and That Sad Lad.
Here we go to see hairs. We do have, I think everyone's going to be running what they ran originally, as obviously it worked for them pretty well. Be very curious. This original church fight's always really interesting when I play power shifts, as everyone jumps up on top of the church, and the long range battle footsie battle kind of commences. As we do see Tomb getting his team up there very fast, as they almost all of them are on top of the church already. As the Livewires try to get up here, but they've kind of decided to go more inside of the church than on top, as we do see a bit of a footsie battle is commencing. One Light trying to get on top of the gateway gets completely minced, but it does seem like the Livewires getting the early point pressure here. It's crazy. The church already collapsing like crazy as the power shift goes through it.
Well, there goes the church fight.
There goes the church fight.
It's now just the fight.
Also, the whole church.
Into here poking away from the rubble. Moz Bongo went where you literally 1 health inside that gets picked off at the edge of the 5. The rotation around the side, allowing for this high ground fight that always happens.
Yeah, Livewire's doing a great job at pushing this point way forward. As we've got to make sure the balance got to make sure they fight all together. They can't fight individually here. At this point, it's already got so much time on it. They can't afford to waste any more. As the glitch grenade try to come out, they keep missing them. Lockbolt, a lot of abilities. Indigo miss, that's very bad for the Boundless here, but a lot of damage coming out, a lot of footsies, but the awesome Dome Shield coming out, kind of blocking both on top and underneath of the point. Getting the kill on one of the heavies. Medium getting a kill with his repeater, 1 HP, no way he survives. Does get melee to finish off, but it is now a 2v3. Livewires not on the point though, they're very scared as Tomb picks up Axolotl as he tries to jump up to him. Boundless getting on the point, but I don't know how long Envious can be on this point. Yeah, does get destroyed with the sledgehammer. Moss Bongo kind of being the vanguard of this point with the sledgehammer. Does end up going down to the Shack 50, and the Boundless are on the point officially here. Riz coming out the lane just a little bit longer. Does steal the idol and will get another raise, but the point is slowly going in the favor of the Boundless, but the fight is still going on as Ward is on the roof fighting the Light now. If he can get this kill, that'd be very good. The Light does have to run away. Ward 1 HP does get chased down. He's probably going to get caught out here. He does, finally dies. Does seem like the fight is happening on the point. A lot of damage coming out. My god, Flamethrower doing massive damage. Getting 2 in the end with the afterburn damage. But the medium eventually goes down with Tomb on the roof. Completely spraying from that height. Exactly where he needs to be.
There's a full reset here. The Boundless managing to take this fight home. Livewires making their way back in. All fighting up along this roof. Good amount of damage exchanged here as Chalky Bicky has to back off. Envy in a good position as well, getting picked off. So many shields on this point. This triple heavy stack, double mesh and a charging slam to push you off. Means that
Gateway on top of the crane. We do have Ward on the crane. Might go for a charge and play slam if he can get up there in time. But the Light comes and contests and doesn't get there. Misses the charge and slam. No.
Sledge jumps on the point from Mozbongo into the anti-grab though. He's not safe up there. Manages to get a hook. Picks off all 3 of these heavies on point as the rest of this Boundless team is not really in a position to punish here. Tomb, the only one left up right now, manages to find another kill as teams begin to respawn. The full heavy stack is back in. Tomb managing to deal a bit more damage here, now re-peeking with invisibility as Envy tries to rotate across. Gets the revive on Mozbongo as they reset here. Enzy trying to make their way in, takes a bit of damage. A lockbolt misses from Burns in the meantime. It's just Ward on point right now. No one else is really in a good position to deal with this. He has to jump off. He knows he's in a bad one. He gets chased down here. Manages to live on 1 health. Has lost attempts to make the chase here, but Ward manages to jump up. Puts a barricade down. He's nice and safe in there now.
One of the Lights taunting Mozbongo with the frog voice line. That's amazing.
Sad Lad yet again shreds the point. RPG Flamethrower drops and ruins absolutely everyone on point. Although it looks like in the meantime they're actually... Okay, never mind. Scratch that. It's just Lost left alive. He's going to find Ward here. Just 2 alive. 1 man on point who's deciding to step off. Interesting idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should have just stuck too far away. Yeah, maybe he should have just stuck on the point. He does anti-grab onto point. Gets a little bit extra time on it, but they're going to get contested now as their whole Boundless Gateways on top of the point. Does survive with his life, but the Boundless definitely have this point now. Tomb does end up picking up Sad Lad in the end. But the Livewires with massive high ground here. Bubble Shields and Meshes are eventually going to go down as one of Lost ends up going down with the heavies on the Boundless. RPG coming out, kind of dropping off that high ground. Axolotl on the point, does end up getting a kill there, but does get lockbolted himself. Probably going to go down here. He does. There's only 1 heavy left on the point. 2v4 here. Not looking good for the Boundless, but they're still getting more time. Yeah, Tomb just mincing people on top of this church. He loves these fights, but your NV is not someone to mess with. As a trade. What a trade. My god.
Bongo Sledge manages to clear up point as well. They have to reset here. Barricades get replaced. Oh my god, there's no nice place to stand at this point. Lost making the move up. He gets spotted. Anti-grab gets placed down. And it looks like they have nothing to deal with it, but they can just move to the other side of the platform because of this throw. Sad Lad does get caught here, but the gateway's into the anti-grab. Mozbongo finds a kill here as Lost makes their move onto the point. Axolotl 1 health. Lost manages to get out but gets RPG by Mozbongo, but he does lose a bit of health in the meantime. Anti-grav lands onto the point this time. They have to move off here. Hook happens. Flamethrower gets in, but Enzi wins the damage fight. Mozbongo manages to get on point. Does finish off Burns, but he's just incredibly low and there has to drop the dome shield. It's glitched immediately.
It's kind of crazy that the Boundless lost that. They all were on point, and I think they just got out-positioned a little bit. Like the other team just rotated, had the better spots, the better sight lines, and the better positions to be able to take them all down and regress the point.
Envy annihilates Chocky Bicky on that. My goodness, a couple taps and a headshot immediately gets rid of him here as the Boundless attempt to make their way up. Lost making their way in. Hook cancels the Charger's Flame immediately as NT gets pushed off the point. Mozbongo staying alive, a massive 3-man glitch here, but that APS cancels any response. As Mozbongo, also extremely low, 2 manages to pick off 1, also in position to maybe go for the second kill. Mozbongo is beginning to regen here. Envy taking the fight with Chocky Bicky on this high ground. Manages to pop him twice, so can now just hold that angle. Burns on the bottom side, tries to take a fight with Ward and loses. As a dome shield gets dropped. Boom gets picked off on point, tapped and hit by I believe a pyro mine on that point. As this fight just never ends.
Never-ending fight with the APS and heavies on point. The charges come out from Ward, doing tons of damage. Does get NZ in the end. The second charge hits the jump pad, flies into the sky. Yeah, the Livewire is looking really strong here with the team comp on point going massive with the APS, the heal beams, and all the barriers. It's looking so clean for them. 2 minutes though, plenty of things can happen in that time.
Great
can
RPG.
Switch over. Hook coming out, jump pads coming, everyone in the air. Ward beaming with the M60, destroying one of the people on the roof. Tomb's kind of by himself now. Not kind of, he is. He's the last one on his team. He has to now wait for the rest of his team to respawn unless he gets pushed.
Lost is back up. He died in an earlier wave, but 7 seconds till the rest of that team arrives. As it looks like Doom is just biding their time. This thermal vision, interesting idea, has a wonderful spray onto Ward. That charging flame cancels it out. He just has to stall. Manages to get the kill because Ward had to mantle. Now getting chased by Axolotl here, but there's 4 members of the Boundless in this position. But look who's running away with this point. APS eats the glitch here. As a jump pad being placed on point is actually quite dangerous. No one getting picked off just yet, but it's only a matter of time. Chocky Bicky dashing out of the way of this flamethrower does manage to get clipped. Jumps out, doesn't get chased or picked off as Enzi in the building by themselves, making the stand. Fights until that dome's down. It's just so hard to reach for the Boundless. Sad Lad guarding this point means you can't really go anywhere. Chocky Bicky managing to make it there, but he gets clipped by that flamethrower and absolutely annihilated. As Lost makes their move across. Oh my god, the damage onto Enzi there as well. As it looks like Toom has switched to heavy minigun.
Damn, he knows the meta and he's switching to it. He's had it. His Toom is going to get completely crushed on here as Mozbongo tries to jump up with the sledgehammer. Not looking good for Toom. The point is almost at the end of the map. 15 seconds left on the clock. Be honest, it's not looking good for the Boundless. They got to make a team play here. Go for the point. Secure it, as it does seem like they might be able to, as Jim comes from behind, sets off the mine and just kills everybody. Oh my god. Yeah, that's great. So they do have the point, but you do have to remember they've got to make it all the way back. That's going to be a pain. To drag this point, they're going to have to win fight after fight after fight cleanly enough to never get off the point. Especially with that sledgehammer, it's gross. Chocky Bicky going down, RPG coming out, but sledgehammer on point might just be enough to push everyone off the point. Tons of damage on both as they do charge each other off the point, not on the point, and that is it. Game over as the win goes towards the Livewires. Very close game there.
Question is, are we best streamers, or is that it? Because that could just be it.
Well, I think the plan was just one of it, eh?
Yeah, it would be just one. We can ask the players and see if that's good. Because that felt way too quick. I want to see these guys take each other on again, because that was close, but I felt like, it was...
Yeah, I'm cool on doing best of 3. If they're all cool, I can go ask them.
Yeah, give it a run right now. We see Tomb trying to put the whole team on his back, 11k combat score. Although 60 objective score, by far the least objective focused player in this game. As I take a swig of my lemon ginger tea. Yeah, we see across the board 4 heavies on the bound list there, almost managing to clinch it out at the end, but it's just too little too late. I really want to see a 5 heavy stack and just gooing off the point for all eternity. Goo does slow down the point, but I mean, you can just go full tortoise and just block off the entire point, stop anyone from coming close. As you'd expect, Peanuts, the premier Powershift Oceania squad, reigning supreme. Although Sad Lad was 1,000% the backbone of the team with that objective score, a step ahead of everyone else. While Mozbongo, Axolotl, and Envy did a wonderful job on the offense, it was Sad Lad holding it down, the absolute anchor of the team.
Yeah, everyone's keen for a best of 3, so...
Hell yeah. Run it back. Not on this map.
You're not on this map.
Next map, I mean, the options are Sis and Kyoto. I think we run Sis.
Run Sis, the third map will be Kyoto. Official.
If we get to a third map, it's gonna be Kyoto.
Awesome. Alright, we'll get going straight back in, right?
Yeah.
All good to go?
I mean, players seem to be fired up. Those games were bloody quick, so run it.
Yeah. Enzi said he was tired. He was going to go to bed, but he said, oh, fuck it, I'll keep playing. So, he's locked in. He knows where his loyalties lie. All right, so here we are. We are in a best of 3. So at the moment, Ward or Mozbongo's team, the live wires, are 1-0. So we're going to see if we come back here as we are on Sis Horizon Clear Night. Powershift once again. This could be game point for the finals. Whoever's the winner here get to take back the clout they get for playing in this tournament.
Endless amounts. Hey, you know, I won the OFL 1.5 hour long Powershift.
Yeah, put that in your LinkedIn. There you go. Does seem like Tomb is doing. Oh no, Chalky Bicky's gets caught out, but they do gateway everyone on the roof. Is it worth the sacrifice of the one player? As the RPG's coming and flying onto the objective, they do have to get off the point because of that. Yeah, so it's a bit. This is an amazing play. It's kind of unfortunate Chalky Bicky got caught off with the sniper. Burns getting caught. Burns on point, gets caught out. Lost jumps on point by himself. Gets a charge, gets one. Does get caught by the sledgehammer. It does seem the Boundless are going to have to regroup here and rethink their approach strategy. Ward nearly getting caught out by the pike on point. That's amazing. Mozbongo getting caught. Oh my god, voice break. Mozbongo getting caught on the flank as well. It does seem like they've all of a sudden switched from winning that point to losing it very fast. The only one up is the Mr. Axolotl there with the Invis sniper. Already putting in work as we do see what he can get, as he does get lost. What a pick off the side on the good flank. Needs someone to chase him down. That would be Chalky Bicky chasing him down, trying to secure him out of the fight as he does catch him in the end. The pike on Tomb kind of just destroying from this range. Man's taking this seriously. No more fun. Chalky Bicky getting hooked, but Mozbongo going down before he can get that sledgehammer swing on top of him. Ward getting the cheeky flank here on behind of the point. Let's just see what damage can come out here. The Livewires, though, kind of taking individual fights, not fighting on the point. This isn't... I'd like to see the Livewires playing a little bit closer here. They're a bit too separated for my liking if they want to be able to win this point. Lost in with the charge time, doing tons of damage, but does trade in the end. with somebody else. Mr. Axolotl jumping on point by himself. I appreciate the gonads on that man, but I don't think that's going to work.
New piece of rubble has joined Nuts, then touches the platform and disappears. It was hooked around some of the barricades, like this new piece now. But Multibuck making their way onto the point, manages to find NZ and Burns, but doesn't get a kill on Burns as they're covering each other so well here. Here comes Ward dropping in, charge of slam, hits Enzy for half his health. Burns gets pushed off point by the Powershift slanting as Enzy gets picked up. Envy tapping heads here in this position. Is going nuts with this repeater, manages to make the way in. Axolotl picks them off. As on the other side we see, goodness me, sorry, Mozbongo finding a kill on Whom in the meantime. Chalky Bicky making the flank back around, doesn't see Mozbongo, but now makes the move to chase. Here comes that dome shield and they're getting picked off. Oh no, Chalky Bicky gets smashed. Flamethrower manages to pick off Mozbongo as they go for this res. But in the meantime, it's just Anzi contesting this point. The rest of the team stacked over here. Axolotl attempting to go for a rotate. But everyone on the Boundless left supremely low. Lost the only one who is not regenning as we speak. Glitch makes their way in, doesn't regen. The APS takes out the second one. Chalky Bicky now into the high ground. Does a good amount of damage to Ward. But here comes the RPG from Lost. Picks off one with that hook, and now Tomb getting hooked as well. Flamethrower blast him, gets picked off. It's just Enzy alive, I believe, for the Boundless right now. As he makes his way on point. That's a team wipe. 25 seconds out of the game for the Boundless. A huge swing for the Livewires.
Huge! Oh my god, massive for the Livewires, getting that point as we try to pick up the pace and the hope. As we do see the point going over the halfway line, that does mean the Livewires are now going positive with their platform pushes. Hope I caught you off guard there. That was the plan. That was the plan.
Yeah, as we see the Boundless making their way back in, Chalky Bicky leading the charge here, doesn't throw
doing the gateway again. Everyone jumping on top of the point. A charge and slam would be massive. Everyone jumps off
kill.
with
Lost gets a second. As Ward gets picked off as well here. Ward losing a massive amount of health. Everyone getting blended on this point. Sad Lad tries to make their way back across, but it's just Envy alive. And if there's one man who could do it, it's him. If he lands a damn shot.
My god. I do like to say, I like the play from both teams there. I think any team could have won as Boundless did an awesome job gatewaying everyone on top of the point, just directly on top of all of the Livewires. Could have done massive damage there, but then the Livewires took a jump fair that was there and completely redirected the entire fight. But the Boundless ended up pulling it out anyway. So the Boundless do take it back again onto their enemy half, going positive with their point now, as the Livewires all respawn at the same time. That is a good bonus when everyone dies at the same time, everyone respawns, so the fight can all happen at the same time one more time, and I'll probably end it all.
They're looking for the play back again. Sad Lad and Ward pick off everyone. Envy also manages to find a killer. Sad Lad immediately begins taunting on the point. They are not out of the woods yet as Tomb and Chalky Bicky find the flank, managing to get a lot of damage off. Axolotl tries to trade here, but Tomb manages to find the kill with that AR rain. But Chalky Bicky and Tomb are so far away from this point, they can't really contest. Chalky Bicky making their way back across. Looking to get a crossfire onto this point. It's not really safe. They have to hide behind these barricades. An amazing three-man glitch to continue punishing as the rest of the Boundless makes their way back across here. A hook from Lost. Now it's just Ward on point. He has to pop this charge and slam. He manages to get a bit of damage, but he only taps one person. In the meantime, two managing to ward off as the Boundless retake this point yet again. Mozbongo making their way towards Tomb here. Tomb realizes it at the last second, backs off, loses a huge amount of health as Mozbongo... He's lurking. He's
lurking. Yeah, those lights from behind. Chalky Bicky does go down before the fight, but does a great job at distracting, and all of the rest of his team can come in and just clean up the damage that was already done. As, oh my god, Mr. Axolotl gets completely minced by the rest of the Boundless. Same with No Envy. Your Envy, oh my god, goes down as well. Jockey Picking getting owned by Ward. As we see, is now kind of going towards the Boundless still. Boundless has way more picks here. Mossmonger caught in the open with Sad Lad. They're going to have to... I think it's time to reset, wait for the team to respawn, and find a good time to aggress this point. We have to hold on as the Gravity Vortex tries to steal somebody off the point, but doesn't get it. And this Axolotl does a bit of damage. But here we go. Lost on the point with the RPG. Does take Ward as he tries to contest the point by himself. Not looking good. The live wire is now going way negative. The point going a lot further than they would like it to be. Your Envy, though, in a great position to use his repeater. Mad Lad on the point does go down. That loss with his sledgehammer doing tons of damage.
Though. Both domes burned. If Envy manages to win this fight against Chalky Bicky, he might be able to turn this. Doesn't land a shot though, and Chalky Bicky rotates around the outside, taking this jump pad. Envy is gonna get picked off for sure here. Quick melee on a dash picks him off as Ward tries to poke at this point, gets RPG down. None of these guys have managed to regen yet, other than Burns, as Ward makes this step up, manages to take the zipline in. Charge and Slam comes in, taps one, doesn't find another, as he gets hooked in here. Flamethrower into the Shack 50, completely shred him. 2 health on multiple members. On this point, RPG gets blocked by the Dome Shield as Sad Lad makes their way in. Manages to find one of them, but they can immediately go for the revive here. As above, Bongo, Wet Ouija now making the move in. Flashbang on the sledgehammer. It looks like he flashed himself too.
Flashes coming out. The point in a kind of a gross situation. The high ground completely taken up. As Mossmongo gets in there with the sledge. Sledge v sledge. Mossmongo versus Lost. Who's going to win? Mossmongo does have the Emerald to sledge. That's looking good, but Lost with the Lollipop. Unmistakably the best skin. As he goes in, but does get completely run over by Ward like a fucking deer in headlights. Unfortunate.
I mean, it was bound to happen. Sad Lad also making...
I see you did there. Unbound, bound. Dude, you're funny.
Alright. Looks like 2 of the Boundless sitting up underneath. Lockbolt catches 4 actually. As this RPG comes in, another RPG to absolutely pull them. But that RPG also broke the Lockbolt. A lot of damage being done onto the Live Wires members, but no kills being found until Endy gets picked off. Mossbongo also dropping here. Orbital lasers have been activated, punishing them, taking out these barricades as Sad Lad, the only one left on point. Lost finds it, and with 50 seconds left in the game, it's just Axolotl and now Mossbongo coming back in here. Chalky Bicky and Tomb also trying to move it across this point. Envy with the flank gets a couple taps, but it's not enough. Tomb manages to find a kill on Axolotl in the meantime. Gets picked off and returned by Envy. Lost losing a bit of health, but he's starting to regen now as Mossbongo attempts to make the solo play onto point. Gets trades with the sledgehammer, but he gets hooked back onto point by Lost. There's no running away from this triple heavy stack. Sad Lad too far behind with 20 seconds left to go. They have to start making their move. Ward moving across, maybe looking to get a jump pad charge and slam as he comes in here. It's not a very high damage one, but Anzi still does get punished. But Lost and Burns haven't taken any damage in the meantime, and Tomb is holding them off completely here. Sad Lad with 3 seconds left to go has to push the point, but the sledge annihilates him as it looks like we are going to a game 3.
Going into a game 3, you know what that means, folks. We're going into Kyoto. Yes, the casters always win. Anyway, good job on the Boundless, though, coming back with the comeback, going into the final match, doing really well, honestly, doing a lot better than they were showing last game. Everybody pulling out the chops. The Lost with the sledgehammer, I'd be honest, would probably be my MVP. Everyone doing work, but kind of Lost just holding down that point so well.
I'm shocked that it stayed alive for so long. I just want to highlight Lost with 7,500 combat score and 7,500 support score from, I believe, barricades blocking so much explosive damage. Same with Enzi here. These barricades racking up support score like nothing else in the game.
God damn. Support score is the only score that really matters, to be fair, but we do say that as a joke, but the mesh shields and dome shields must be doing work, blocking a lot of those RPGs and a lot of that burst damage coming through. Livewires probably could have used those glitch grenades a lot more effectively, but the barricades probably also just destroying all incoming damage that could be done.
Alrighty, moving into Kyoto. Are we doing suspended structures as well, Mr. Chocomo?
I think so. I think just because they wanted to fight against the Kyoto, you know, it's gonna
They get what they deserve.
They get what they deserve. What should we do? Should we do meteor showers to mix it up?
Absolutely. I think Kyoto plus fire is a wonderful combination.
You're right. I can't wait for the real life place of Kyoto, aka Japan, to go on fire. I mean, in the video game. That was a joke.
It's 1568. It's 1568.
1560. Oh yeah. Anyway, we'll get into it. Won't waste any more of anyone's time as we do get into the final match, which would be Kyoto Suspended Structures Sunny Meteor Showers. Are you enjoying these Powershift games so far, fools?
This has been insane.
Tickling your fancy?
This has been hilarious and insane and funny. As always, Powershift is insanely hectic. Exactly my kind of thing, but also it's bloody hard to keep track of. There's so many individual fights happening all the time, it's very hard to cast, but it's been bloody fun. It's a
little bit tricky to cast. You got to choose if you want to go point or you want to go to the individual fight going across the map.
I always try to snap to Tomb because it's funny. That guy's always doing something insane.
Always doing something.
Yeah. As we see ideal loadouts here coming out of the Boundless. Triple heavy, double light. On the other side we see Envy and Sad Lad playing medium with heavy light. As Chalky Bicky going for the gateway play yet again. They make their way in here. On the other side, it's just Mozbongo Wetweegie in this position. A crazy lockbolt actually picks one of the grabbed one of the heavies. 2 die immediately as a result. 2 managing to find a kill onto Ward in the meantime, as Lost just ruins with the sledgehammer yet again. Axolotl trying to make their move in here. Incredible flank and pinch, as now Lost, the only heavy left alive, Poom on the other side, making their rotate around, but there's no safe place to actually open up a fight here. Ward going for the chase, but this gateway gets them out. Poom manages to find their way out. The slippery little rat manages to escape. In the meantime, Envy getting picked off, getting pinched by Enzy and Lost. A Sad Lad, the only person left on point, realizes that's a horrible place to be and gets the hell out of there as Lost and Enzy reclaim this point. The entire building slowly falling apart as Poom gets picked off by Mozbongo and Ward. RPG gets eaten here, as Ward has in a wonderful position to start spraying, but Chalky Bicky had an incredible flank on him, ruins that position, as Mozbongo gets in there and catches poor Chalky Bicky, was caught dangling from this lock bolt. But this 3-man heavy squad has taken up residence on the point again. Mozbongo making their move in here, finds a right click onto Lost, but gets traded out immediately. Lost not even dying for it. Sad Lad trying to make a rotation across to try and find Lost. But there's so many shields now. A glitch trap being placed on point, a good idea. But it gets immediately burned out. Flamethrower, of course, incredibly easy to break things with. As here comes Ward. Tries to make an RPG move across. Charge and Slam hits all 3. Gets hooked and cancelled immediately, though. No more damage being dealt to this orange squad that is on this point. Sad Lad now making a move. So many single engagements happening here. As the live wire is just losing that coordination that made them so effective in these previous rounds. Enzy finding the kill here. Tomb in the meantime gets traded by Mozbongo, but Chalky Bicky also in position here to get a cross kill. But getting chased now. Ward in position to punish this. They're just kind of ignoring point to go kill this bloody light. They do manage to find him as Tomb respawns in the meantime. But Axolotl now picking at point. Mozbongo trying to make their way across here. This is a zipline I've never seen before in my entire life. As
actually, you're right.
Mozbongo finds a kill on Lost immediately, and no damage being dealt in trade here. They've completely wiped the point. Tomb in position to get a kill. Burns actually does manage to get a burn kill. Tomb on this high ground does a huge amount of damage, and Axolotl and Tomb trade. Chalky Bicky, the last one left alive on the Boundless for now, as they go for this revive. Chalky Bicky finding this back end position to try and maybe do a bit of poke damage and slow these guys down. Lockbolt manages to latch him. Lost making their movement. Crazy gateway play to fully rotate the team once they respawn. RPG does nothing this time. Second RPG also blocked by the barricades, as now they're completely out of position here. Envy stalling them a huge amount, does a huge amount of damage to Burns, and is now distracting Chalky Bicky as well as Lost. tries to make their move back across here. As Enzi pushes onto the point here. And here comes Lost as well, a massive amount of damage, but the charge and slam in response from Ward trades them out. Manages to barely squeak out there as Tomb chases. Just the sad lad left, he's being chased here by Tomb. But he's going for this revive. My goodness, I need to catch my breath, Choco. Do you want to take over for a while?
I shall take over. You've been doing great so far, but honestly, I like to think Bro's going at top gear, but as the teams, we did say that we do need to see the live wires coming in with more teamwork, and we do see that as they do come with all on the point now, all 4 of them. As you're going to see, the Boundless doing a great job holding the point, but pushing the point, having a hard time with the flamethrower and the sledgehammer. They just have to get to the point and they'll do a great job, but right now they're trying to make their way there as Lost gets RPG'd on his way there, gets completely beamed and does go down. As we do see what I just said, that the Boundless having a hard time getting to the point freely. They do make it there. Burns getting completely rinse-clawed, but goes down for it. The point going over the halfway line for the live wires, looking great for them as they do retake the point, retake a bit of that mental disad that they had going on early on in this match and losing the previous match as well. As it does seem like Lost coming in, trying to get in with the sledgehammer, do as much damage as he can, but he misses his jump, falls down very low. As we do look at the platform, we do have a bit of a obstacle in the middle of it. That looks very good for the sad lad, but Lost coming in, trying to do damage. Bongo and Lost doing a bit of a sledge off. It does get the big hit
Just
off.
Trying to tap over the edge there. What the hell is he doing?
Everyone's ignoring this point apart from Lost. It does seem like, though, on the other side of the map, the Boundless wins all their fights. There's only a few up on the live wires on the point. Lost does get on the point. Flamethrower versus the sledgehammer. See what happens here.
He's doing a huge amount of damage in response here.
Doing a great job, but the smoke grenade coming out though, causing a lot of the damage debuff to that, does end up going down. Lost 1 HP, does get picked off by Ward on top of the roof. Really good position, but the goo barrels all dropping in, doing great to protect the Boundless. The live wires getting the great high ground though. Tomb does go down, Mix Axolotl completely destroying him. Ward on the point, very low, does get jumped by Chalky Bookie, and eventually does go down. The point now does go to the Boundless, my god.
Enzi getting picked off by Envy on this high ground. Oh my goodness, the damage coming out here as Axolotl and Bongo make their play back. Livewires reclaiming this point. And again, as it looks like the Boundless has lost some of their coordination.
Yeah, very interesting there. A lot of the live wires got very good point presence, even though Lost was the only one contesting point, everyone taking fights on the other side of the map, and by the time they won that fight, got to the point, the team had just respawned anyway. I would love to see these teams fighting a bit more cohesively together as on these suspended structures, the lights are battling out. Chalky Bicky having to run away from Mix Axolotl as he's very low, as Ward and Mix Axolotl go on this roof on top of the main Kyoto, but doing really well. Let's move over to the point. RPG's coming out. Bongo goes down to Lost, gets destroyed. Honestly, the sledge def is kind of crazy right now, as we do see Enzi trying to run away from the sad lad, which is funny because sad lad's got less HP. The point is being jumped on. Not many people on the point. Lost 1 HP. Burns 1 HP as well. Everyone going down. The Livewire's doing a great job of holding this point. Oh my god. Everyone working really well as a unit. Tomb's the only one up, having to wait for the respawn. Looking amazingly for the live wires as they pass over the 3/4 mark here. Gonna look amazingly into the future, but as I said before earlier on, the Boundless all died at the same time, so they're almost all going to respawn at the same time as well, which means the fight is going to be a lot easier to be coordinated altogether. As Ward pushes up, gets caught out by Tomb, does tons of damage. Miss Axolotl and Ward getting caught out really badly, but does get lost out of that and does survive, which is very good for them. The defib does come out, and the point goes inside the building, which means they almost get 3 point pressure here. They do lose a few. 2 going down the live wires, not looking good as Lost does get on the roof. Same with Enzi. This even though the point's inside, the sledges are inside. This is hard to spectators. Everything goes on the point. My god, all of the heavies on the point kind of got just melted there.
Oh no!
Oh no! 2 get crushed.
Oh my god! That's why you never try and fight the platform, man. Absolutely. Like, I've never seen someone lose health faster than Ward just then. He was full health. He lost it all in like 3 frames. That was ridiculous. Axolotl tries to make the move across, but the rest of the Boundless is there to get this return kill. As Sad Lad, the only one in position here to make this move across, taking their time, waiting for the team to show up. Envy also crouching behind this wall. No one knows that he's here. No one's even looking in his direction. As the second they open up here, throws this explosive, hits Chocky Vicky with a shot immediately. As he makes this move down, Mozbongo making their way up, weaving on that zip line. An anti-grab hits the point, Burns being pulled off. As Sad Lad finds a kill onto a member on the point, Burns also getting smashed. RPG and Flamethrower clears. As this anti-grav gets a one killed on the Boundless and the Livewires, as well as Mozbongo cleans up this point. Lost the only one left alive. Actually, that's not true. There is two also here on this pike. Going kind of nuts, tapping through this barricade, waiting for someone to peek.
I kind of just holding down that angle. The barrier eventually despawns. Everything just despawned on the point. It seems like someone respawned, meaning that Tomb has a way better shot of shooting these people on the point. As you can see, the Boundless doing a great position here, getting all together, pushing together, all going down except for Mr. Axolotl, which will not be alive for much longer as he does eventually go down to that Flamethrower. You're envy on this flank a little bit. That Sad Lad getting caught out in the anti-grav. The Boundless doing a great job there, all pushing at the same time. Again, this is what I like to see. They had the great position and they all pushed at the same time. My God, I need to stop saying that fucking set of words, don't I?
Yeah. Hey.
Like a fucking broken record.
I mean,
other than that, though, we do have 15 seconds on the point. Coming into the halfway mark. This is down to the wire as close as it can get. As we do see Uber wins. Almost whoever gets this point right here will win the game, as it does seem like the Livewire is coming in at the same, all coming together. The anti-grab, amazingly, they're just got to get them off the point. Anything that happens here is just to get the Boundless off the point. Lots of damage coming out. The Flamethrower doing massive as Bunch go down, trading very evenly. Chocky Picky on the point, trying to stick it. Loss also here. Tomb also here. Mozbongo gonna have to go huge. Does get one. Might not be able to get another one as the defib comes out. Mixed Axolotl trying to get in, trying to get like Flamethrower is just going to completely mince him.
Ward has to make the play here. Charge and slam. Taps one.
Gets the charge. Needs to get the Flamethrower. Flamethrower is 1 HP. Doesn't end up getting him. Chocky Vicky falling on the point though.
No!
Oh my God, he falls off the point.
Oh my God, they got the team wipe and everything.
Like I said, couldn't be closer. Oh my God, Chocky Vicky's never going to let that down. Dashes off the point and ends up falling, causing his team to lose. That's crazy. The C9 of a lifetime.
Dude, what a crazy finish. They get the team wipe, but the Charge and Slam's final tap throws Chocky Vicky off point and he can't get back up. Oh, I would be kicking myself. That's so tragic.
That was a crazy match. Every match got better and better. Like I said, Kyoto. Dude, Kyoto did it. Kyoto did it.
More like Godo, because it was the fucking best map of all time.
More like Kyoto, holy shit.
What the hell was that? It was the most entertaining match I've ever seen. What the fuck?
Dude, what a scripted game that was. My God.
Oh my God, what a finish. So,
wow, that's crazy. GG to all teams, everyone involved. Chocky Vicky, good luck talking to your team after that one. It's gonna be looming over you like a fucking bad cloud. But yeah, did we get that interview screen up or?
No.
That's all good. Do we want to do interviews? Pull like one or two in?
Sure thing. What I can do is quickly whip this together as we speak.
That's fine. Yeah, I can keep everyone entertained. As that final match was crazy. We did see slowly every team working better together, pushing fights together, team comps being a bit more cohesive. My God, that was a big swing there, as we did see that one team got it so far on the other side and then got taken all the way to the other side of the point, ended up coming down to the wire on the halfway mark almost, and all it came down to was just winning your ones, honestly. It was so close, my God. Ward nearly won that all through killing them, and he didn't even have to kill them in the end. He just pushed them off the point with the Charger Slam, scared them away. Yeah, crazy.
Quickly,
as I'll go chat to see who wants to do interviews.
Yeah, sure.
We'll get at most 2 from each team, so don't worry too much.
Let me just quickly slap this together. As there goes Choco. There you go. This is some professional work right here. Now I shall quickly... I guess I gotta set up a text for the name of the people who are gonna be here. That's maybe a bit too big. Let's also switch to impact font, the best font known to man. Who the hell's coming in here to talk? I gotta have like a... Oh my god, hold on a second. Is that text back a 3? Yep. You're moving. There we go, look at that. And let's make this like... Let's make this one like slightly. So that's clear enough. Run it. Just waiting on Choco to grab some people to chat. That was fun. Alright, Choco.
Alright. Oh, look at you. What a glorious man setting it up so quick. This is why you're here. That's why we keep you around.
Not just a pretty face.
Not just a pretty face. But yeah, so we'll drag. We've got we're gonna have Lost come in from one team, and then we're gonna have Ward and Mr. Axolotl from the other.
Alright.
And so I'll drag them up as we get going. Oh my god, I love Discord. Hold on, give me a second.
Yep.
I gotta do it this way. Alright, I got it. We got it.
It's good.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, we're all here.
We are.
So, first off, GG to everyone. Good games. That was very good final matches. I'll start off with, did we feel like because from our perspective, the games got more crazy. The longer they went on, each round got more and more crazy. Did you guys feel like you got better as the matches went on? We'll start off with Lost, and then we'll move on to the other two.
Look, the first round I thought it was nice and fun. The second last 2 rounds was I thought we had to hold on.
Okay, we'll move over to Ward then. Hey Ward, I'll ask you the same question. What do you think?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I thought we started off strong, and then our second match, we're all a bit cocky. Well, look at these noobs, they're probably all PlayStation players. So then we kind of took a lot of 1v1s on the platforms. We just played like idiots, really. And then like the third match, we realized what we were doing wrong. We got to lock in. We got to work as a team, kind of thing,
Yeah, fair. Did you feel the same, Mr. Axolotl? Did you have to change up your play style and stuff after?
Oh no, first round I played well. Second 2 I played like crap. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Couldn't lock in.
Yeah, no, we were versing bots anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Crazy shade. All right, before Lost left, I'll get you to you can finish answering your question. Answer the question. Yeah.
Yep. So the first round I thought, a lot of fun. Second last 2 rounds, it was going the Shack 50. I got destroyed a little bit, so I had to switch to the sledge, because I felt intimidated by one of the other sledge players. Rocked his shit. And then I found the playing sledge there was really well. Like, we actually were keeping point.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing a lot better. We'll go back to Lost. Was there any obviously the sledgehammer? Was that you kind of wrecking house with that? Do you use sledgehammer, or is that just just a spur of the moment?
No. So I normally play sledge. So heavy sledge player on OCE and Asia World Tour. Fucking them up. Learning the combos from Moss Bongo.
Wait. Seems like the teacher kind of got destroyed then.
Yeah.
Student became a master in that game.
Sorry, not Moss Bongo, Bossy.
Bussy. Yeah,
okay. I was about to say.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, over to Ward and Axolotl. Was there any any particular weapons that like you felt were, or anything you used that was the game changer on these power shift points that might have been different than obviously the cash outs?
Axolotl was going absolutely nuts with the sniper rifle on
It's
Horizon.
Horizon. Yeah, no, that went well. I was hitting a lot of head taps.
Yeah, you got some really good ones early on as well.
I could just think of the time the game opened. Chocky Bicky peeked to the corner with the gateway, and you domed him
Chocky
immediately.
was flying through the air and I domed him. That was great. I will be sure to post that. That was a really good leading shot.
You know, I saw that. I'm like, this man needs to check what programs is running on his computer because something's not right.
Checky PC.
Then we saw them gateway above us to steal point, so we stole that strat and got point back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, a really good strat was charge and slamming through like the gateway just on that high ground. Just do so much damage so quickly.
Yeah.
And then just go on them.
Yeah, the entry splash damage would be amazing on those on the power shift, obviously, because if everyone's on there, you just hit everybody with the same damage. Is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them at Tomb were playing really hard on point, so one charge and slam. They're all low.
Yeah. Well then, did you feel like playing on point? Because obviously this is new for the OC community, like a power shift tournament. But did we feel like playing on the point was the play, or was it a good balance of everything? Or what do we feel?
I don't know. Don't ask me about it. I wasn't on point.
I would say that like you want like 3 minimum on point, right? Just so you have the platform moving fast and you can set up barricades and stuff. But having like 2 off point or even 1 off point players is so good. Just doing like peak damage and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel, Loss? Yeah,
I can agree with that statement. Is 3 on point. We found the golden rule was like the 3 heavies because all the barricades. What we did was make a maze in it instead of putting up walls. All the intricate corners helped us there, but the 2 offside points with Tomb and Chocky, which were just picking off people and applying pressure. Where when we didn't have them, we had like Mr. Axolotl here sitting on the pagoda and just beaming us. So we had to be careful there.
Yeah, fair. I guess I'll ask the elephant in the room. What were the team comms like after Chocky Vicky fell off the point and lost the game?
It was a lot of disappointment. It was, come on, how could this not happen? How'd you let this go? We thought he jumped off, and then I checked the stream and it was charge and slam. So we're like, okay.
Yeah, let's not rewrite the history here. We all know, obviously it was my clutch charge and slam. What I didn't even realize. Everyone was like in my face, like, good work, Ward. I'm like, I thought they just jumped off, but no, apparently I clutched it up, and that was all on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's I think those games are great, guys. I just wanna say thank you for playing. That was amazing. Any closing remarks before we go to shoutouts?
Never bring us to Kyoto again.
I thought that was a great game.
I think Kyoto was great. I think pro play, to make it more consistent, should be exclusively Kyoto.
You're right.
He may be cooking, boys.
Who's this guy?
There's no map variants, exclusively Kyoto, nice, wide and open, accommodates everyone.
There you go.
I'm just going to say everyone should follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/itsward, 2 Ds. It's ITSWARDD.
Shout out to all the dyslexic homies out there who needed help spelling. But yeah, no, I guess because Watery did his shout out, we'll move over to Miss Axel. Do you have any shout outs? Anyone you want to particularly call out, or any people you want to say were awesome?
I'd like to thank my mother, for
holy
getting it done.
No, I'd like to shout out Lost. Really, really helped me get those kills.
Yeah, a lot of hiding in that second rounder from you. Never saw you once when I pulled out the sledge.
No, I got you a few times, padding my stats out.
Okay, we'll move over to Lost then. Any shout outs before we close up here?
Of course, shout out to Winter because he couldn't make it, so I filled the spot in. Absolutely destroyed it. Bring out the sledge. Showed how it was really played.
Yeah.
Love to come back again.
Shout out to Winter. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. GG's.
Thank you. GG. Sweet. All right. Well, fools, it's just us once again.
Yeah. Right. We're supposed to do the announcement for the next event. We kind of glossed over that completely. Seems like a pretty important. Were we supposed to get like Vantage on for that or something?
Were we? I
swear.
honest, I don't hear about this.
Okay. This makes it seem like we were so much less coordinated than we were.
All right, listen, stream. Don't worry about it. We'll just give us a second.
Vantage, you are muted and deafened.
Oh.
You! Good stream, lads. Fantastic viewing.
That scared the fuck out of me.
All right, Mr. Vantage, is there anything you want to announce while we still have the stream?
Anything I want to announce? We're cooking in the background. We got a proper tournament coming up sometime soon. An announcement will be popped up in the next week or so about the information for that event. And it'll be good. Once again, major prize, big stakes, good games. Actual money, bigger and better than this silly little Powershift tournament that was held.
Hey.
Still fantastic. And
and
I appreciate it very much. But no, bigger and better than even the first one that we ran. Properly organised. Proper layout. All information will be available sometime soon. So keep an eye on the OFL server and keep an eye on the announcements channel.
For sure. I'll post the Discords in chat. So if you're not already in the Discord, feel free to join. And then you'll get the announcements on there. That's where you'll find all of our updates for any upcoming tournaments or other show matches we might organize. These show matches sometimes will be organized weeks in advance. Sometimes they might just be spur of the moment things that we decide we have enough players for and we just go for it. So keep your eyes out for on the Discord if you want to be involved with anything.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. This was great fun. We had some pretty hectic and insane moments. I think the pause might have been one of the most interesting situations I've ever had in the finals in my life. Just watching as like the world fell apart was pretty insane. This last set was actually insanely tense. The first game that was a bit of a stomp. Second game was a lot more of a back and forth that ended up going the other side, and that third game was just insane. Insanely entertaining, insanely fun. Huge event coming up in the works. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next event we run. Thank you so much for all coming, and goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye.